Dr. Julian Haunt has been around for almost 2 centuries. The book, published in 1998, entitled Dr. Julian Haunt, Curse of Coincidence, focuses on the story of Julian Haunt, a Gainesville, Texas native.
Julian Haunt was born on October 31st, 1808. He was the third oldest of 8 children. Julian's mother died of tuberculosis when he was 8 years old. He was sent with his youngest brother to live with his aunt and uncle and their 4 children. Julian's uncle was the doctor in town. When his uncle did not arrive at work, his nurse went to the house to find what many considered one of the worst killings in Texas history. Julian was immediately tried and sentenced to the Cook County Hospital for the Insane by Judge McCormick. Judge McCormick in 1868 on his deathbed told his son that his only regret in life was that he did not hang Julian Haunt when he had the chance the first time. In the early 1800s, the treatments that were used for the mentally insane were barbaric compared to the modern day standards, and often the staff and treatments were known to cause more harm than good for the patients. On October 3rd, 1832, around 8 p.m. in the evening, Julian killed 2 of the orderlies with his toothbrush. He then proceeded to unlock the cells for the other insane patients and killed them one by one. Julian's killing spree continued for a 36-hour period and included the 2 orderlies, 66 patients, 3 nurses, 1 doctor, and 2 police officers that initially responded when the night crew did not return home after their evening shift.
Of Julian Haunt are true, then he is the deadliest serial killer in the history of America. The reason we will never know if the stories are fact or urban legend is because in 1882, the 50th anniversary of his death, the main part of the town caught on fire and burned for multiple days prior to being put out. The courthouse with all of its records, as well as the newspaper building, the Red River News, burned, wiping away the deadly past. Only stories passed from one generation to the next survived. The curse of Dr. Haunt has plagued the Gainesville community since his death in 1832. Murders, disappearances, and disasters have occurred in this small Texas town on October 31st of every year.
October 31st, 1886. A train derailed from the tracks and killed 12 passengers. October 31st, 1892. A gas leak occurred at the power plants and killed 102 factory workers. October 31st, 1901. The school building collapsed, killing 44 students. October 31st, 1925. The hospital caught on fire and killed 41 people. October 31st, 1942. The Cook County Jail had 10 inmates killed in their cells. Their bodies were found on November 1st. October 31st, 1975. 7 trick-or-treaters disappeared. Their bodies were found 2 weeks later in the cellar at Julian Haunt's childhood home.
Some in the town believe the town is cursed by Julian Haunt, who was both born and killed on October 31st, while others chalk it up to coincidence.
All occupants that have resided in the childhood home of Julian Haunt have faced a horrible fate through a homicide or suicide on October 31st. The house has been left vacant since the last occupants, a family of 6, were killed on October 31st, 1966. The city has tried twice to tear down the home, but the work crews all came down with a mysterious illness that kills the crew within 24 hours.
Dr. Julian Haunt has been credited in both the Webster's Dictionary and the Britannic Encyclopedia for the word haunted and haunted house, both being played off his last name. The word haunted means to inhabit, visit, or appear to in the form of a ghost or other supernatural being. The legend of Dr. Haunt is widely known, much like the boogeyman. He haunts the dreams of many. To play off the fear and legend of Dr. Haunt, there are 33 haunted house attractions in operation today that use his name.
In 2003, the haunted house attraction, Dr. Haunt's Chamber of Fears, moved from New Mexico to Gainesville, Texas, and resides on the same plot of land where the Cook County Hospital for the Insane existed, where Julian Haunt was committed back in 1822 at the age of 14, and as well as hung at the age of 24 in 1832. Some community residents feel it was in bad taste for the haunted house that bears his name to be brought to the town where his spirit still roams. The community officials were originally against the haunted house in 2003 because they felt it could hurt tourism, but since the opening, a surge of interest has been brought to the town.
And finally, the last group of committee members feel that the town must face their past to ensure never to repeat it and to be free of it. Dr. Haunt, curse or coincidence? You decide.